Good day and thank you for your time. This is the 10-year financial forecast model for trucking and transportation businesses. The purpose of this short video walkthrough is to demonstrate the functionality of this model and show you briefly what you can expect when you actually purchase this model from our website. So the model itself starts with a comprehensive user guide that gives details of what to do and the approach that need to be taken when completing various sheets. It speaks to the various inputs of the model, the revenue, cost, financing inputs, and then all other components that forms part of this model, specifically for this transportation and trucking business model, aspects like fleet size and purchases, as well as lease elements, fixed assets, CAPEX, payroll, and then operating expenses. So the first component of the model demonstrates the dashboard. This is now once all aspects of the model has been completed, you'll be presented with a comprehensive dashboard that shows the 10-year period itself. In this example, you'll see the 10-year financials portrayed across the cash flow, key performance indicators, financial ratios, and then obviously on the left hand side we'd look at investor returns, inputs related to the total revenue for the period, the total cost for the period, total number of trucks or fleet, etc. The model setup itself starts with key model assumptions, aspects like reporting currency, taxation, your startup expenses, this being a startup business as an example, startup expenses, the different transportation elements or different transportation types that you would be involved in can be changed here as well. Direct costs specific to each truck, so aspects like drivers, fuel, consumables, and other related costs. And to the right hand side, when it comes to the valuation, all the elements that would form part of your DCF valuation can be changed here, your risk-free rate, your equity risk premium, etc. The scenario analysis, we've incorporated a base case, upside case, and downside case. So in this sheet, you'll have the opportunity to input your base case in terms of capacity utilization, delivery fees, direct costs, operating expenses, and then whenever you choose the various live case, whether it's an upside case or a downside case, worst case scenario, it will automatically update the rest of the statements itself. This is quite powerful for the purposes of initial planning or pre-funding stage, but it should be noted that this is pulled through the rest of the model. So whatever changes you make here will automatically link to the rest of the applicable statements. Other inputs relate to the actual truck fleet, and very important here when it comes to the truck assumptions is whether the trucks are purchased or leased. And once again, as soon as you make the different selections here in terms of acquisition dates or the type of acquisition, once again it will automatically update the relevant statements. You can see the actual fixed asset register that's automatically updated based on the truck fleet that we've just gone through, and then all other fixed assets or CAPEX can be named here, and for depreciation purposes be amended here as well. Once the CAPEX and the truck fleet assumptions have been addressed, the summary PP&E schedule will provide the necessary details in terms of CAPEX values, closing values, any additions that's made throughout the period, depreciation and closing balances. And once again, these figures all pull through to the balance sheet and the depreciation through to the profit and loss statement. In terms of payroll, once again linked to various divisions, which once again can be changed based on indirect or direct payroll and whether these payroll elements need to be included or not. And then for each department at the bottom, you can further specify the type of employee or the job name, along with payroll taxes, any benefits, annual increases. And as per previous sheets as well, all these elements are automatically linked to the relevant financial statement outputs. Further expenses relating to the business, OPEX expenses, marketing, rent, IT, etc., can be amended here. Once again, in terms of annual cost inflation, when the expense would start, and any other elements that can be expected in terms of operating expenses. So these are the primary input elements that needs to be completed when going through the model. The result is various sheets, including your monthly cash flow, and here you can select any of the 10 years that you're working on. Automatically it will show you an update, and you can also decide on which case you're working on, whether you're working on the base case for purposes of planning, or whether you're working on downside case to look at what the downside elements would mean to the business. Once again, everything will automatically update for you. Operating cash flow, also an element that is incorporated for the 10-year period. And you'll see it's on a month-to-month basis. So from, in this instance, 2025 to 2034, everything is included here automatically for you. Annual financial statements split between income statement, your balance sheet, cash flow, and then any supporting schedule, i.e. Capital gains, equity, working capital, and your CAPEX schedule. Once again, here you can amend which case you're working on and looking at, and it will automatically show that based on your initial inputs. We've incorporated the break-even analysis as well for each year, so automatically in this instance you'll see, let's say we take an example for 2028, it will show you exactly what the fixed cost elements are, the number of miles, in this instance the sales volume or miles traveled, the variable costs, the sales price, and all of this obviously expressed per mile. Financial ratios are automatically updated as well, as per accounting requirements. So whether you use this for own internal planning purposes or funding application, the necessary ratios are included for your convenience. Additional KPIs specific to this type of business, in this instance the total number of trucks, new trucks purchased, the transportation type or the mileage traveled per transportation type, average mile per truck, revenue sources, cost of sales, and so right through to the end in terms of total cost. So you can get a very quick glance at the business and the financial projections based on these key metrics. Linked to the dashboard is the executive summary. Once again, all the various components, key metrics that's important for this type of business in terms of total trucks, total miles, average revenue per truck, your current ratio, etc., can be expressed per year. So as soon as you want to take a look at what's happening in one of the 10 years, you literally just go to the drop-down box and it automatically shows that for you. And then to conclude, this model would be the company valuation. So a very high level DCF valuation and sensitivity analysis based on the projections. You'll see the DCF expressed in the various components, the exit year, the exit multiples, the IRR, and so forth.